but Dale is going to come back and talk to you about. Dale.
Thank you, Roger. Listen, everybody, the first product we want to mention is called Rejuvenate. It's our topical cream, and it's for your skin from head to toe. You put it in your hair, you massage it into your scalp, and it's for anything that disturbs your skin. That could be a scratch, a scrape, a cut, a bump, a mole, a blemish, anything that disturbs your skin. And we've got testimonials in the back office of the impact it's had on severe varicose veins, on cellulite, stretch marks, even the lines on your face. And it does all the things it does because it doesn't just sit on your skin. It works by soaking through your skin. It soaks down to the bone. That it helps with your ligaments, your tendons, with your muscles and your joints. And I mean your back joints, your knee joints, your hips, your hands. And listen, if you've got hands or feet that could have a problem that starts as tingling and become incredibly severe, you're going to find that Rejuvenate becomes your go-to product for everything I just mentioned and more. Listen to the testimonials. They are astounding. Next, I want to talk about Restore 3.0. It's our first third-generation product, and Dr. Bevan has truly created something incredible using as a base two ancient superfoods, olive oil with olive leaf and black seed. They've both been used for thousands of years because of the benefits they provide to the human condition. They mention olive oil in the Bible. They found black seed when they opened King Tut's tomb. But Dr. Bevan takes several elements of each and uses them in a special way. As an example, with olive oil, he uses several elements to tune up and detoxify your cells while increasing your mitochondria. Now that's critical. That's unique. That's what sets us apart. That's our name. More mito, short for mitochondria. Dr. Bevan discovered, you're going to hear all about this today, how you've been losing mitochondria your entire life. You're lucky to have 50% in your 50s and 60s, maybe as low as 10% in your 70s and 80s. It's the fuel source for your body. Your body doesn't have the energy to work like it's supposed to. Dr. Bevan found when we can increase your mitochondria back to the age when you were a kid, your body starts to work again the way it used to, the way it's intended to, the way it did before life and the environment started tearing your body down. And he uses black seed to increase your energy, but it's cellular energy. It's steady. It's strong. There's no jitters. It's not like a hit of caffeine or sugar with a short high followed by a big valley crash. Cellular energy is steady. Imagine being able to start and complete a task without a need to sit on the couch and rest. How about the disappearance of your brain fog? Or something strenuous like a long bike ride that has a short recovery time. Cellular energy is steady. It means you live life again to its fullest on your terms without a need to stop and rest and watch it all pass you by. And I've only mentioned 2 of the 44 ingredients Dr. Bevan has blended together to create Restore. The blending by itself is critical. Dr. Bevan will tell you if you take a handful of vitamins, you're lucky if a third of that handful isn't just a complete waste, overpowered, canceled out by other things in that handful of vitamins. So they have to be in the proper proportion and blended correctly, but then, of course, it takes XDS to allow your body to use them like nothing it's ever used before. So look, this is not just pouring some stuff in a pot, stirring it up, and putting it in a bottle. It takes 8 weeks, start to finish, to make a bottle of Restore. It is a process like making wine, and what it can do for your body is astounding. Next, I want to talk about Brain and Body, our newest product. Dr. Ben realized some of the ingredients he needs us to have to increase our mitochondria can't be delivered in a liquid base. They have to be delivered dry. So he created these small capsules with these remaining ingredients. Renew Brain and Body stands on the shoulders of Rejuvenate and Restore. It increases the blood flow in your legs, in your brain, the firing of the synapses in your brain, the disappearance of the brain fog. It completes the triad of products to increase your mitochondria. And finally, look, some of the most important members of our family are the pets that we own. And they can suffer just like we do. You've seen a dog that looks hobbled, can hardly walk up and down stairs. You've seen a cat that is just lethargic, laying around, shedding, hacking up fur balls. Look, our pets suffer just like we do with a lack of mitochondria, and they're closer to everything that destroys it. The chemicals in our rugs when we clean it, the things we put on the lawn to make it grow, they even have allergies like we do. If you want to bring a dog quickly back to puppy stage and a cat back to kitten stage, give them Pet Life. So 4 products: Rejuvenate, Restore 3.0, Renew Brain and Body, and Pet Life. There's nothing like what these products can do for you. To hear more about that, I'm going to turn the call back over to Roger. Roger, take it away.
All right, thank you, Dale. Healthy weight management. We're going to be talking about fitness, we're going to be talking about longevity, and we're going to be relating all of that to mitochondria. That's been what Dr. Dan Soloway and I have been talking about this week. You know him as a regular on our call out of Oklahoma City, where he's done podcasts for decades. He's been on the radio and whatnot. So Dr. Dan, now, this thing about weight loss, fitness loss, there's a connection there. Help us out with the fitness part, okay? Didn't make y'all know the connection. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, exercise, any getting up and moving, getting off your butt is so important in our modern society where people sit on their rear all day long in front of the computer, in front of their TV. We're not meant to do that. We're meant to move. And so they say if you sit longer than 2 hours at a time, that's like smoking a cigarette, that's sitting all day. So it's important to just move, for one thing. But there's different forms of exercise and they have a slightly different effect, but they all have beneficial effects. Now, the resistance training is very important, especially the older you get. You would think that even more so when you're younger. We do it when you're younger sometimes for vanity, but when you get older, it's important to keep your muscle tone. The more muscle you have to fat, the higher your metabolism, because you're burning fat at rest. Every pound of muscle you have, of lean muscle, is 50 calories a day even when you're not moving. So lean muscle has a lot to do with your metabolism. Now, when you build muscle, you keep your joints stronger. You cause the bones, when you exercise, against resistance to pick up minerals. So people that are paraplegic, quadriplegic, they make them stand all day, not all day, for an hour or two in these standing machines, just to flex the bones to pick up minerals. Now, on top of that, you don't want to lose weight and lose muscle. There's what they call skinny fat. That means, let's say in high school, you're a man, you weighed 160 pounds, you had 10% body fat or 15% body fat, and 12% would be more likely. And that was nice and lean and muscular. Now you're 60 years old or older, and you weigh 160 pounds. You go, I weighed the same I did in high school. And now you have 30%, 40% body fat. You've lost a lot of muscle. You look older. You don't have the same shape you did. You want to have a good ratio of muscle to fat. So that takes resistance training. And there's another form of resistance training I'll talk about in a minute called HIIT, H-I-I-T training. That's very intense type of training that for some of you, that's very important. For some of you, just getting into a walking program, starting off and getting out and walking for maybe only 10 minutes, if that's all you can do, that's fine. Start wherever you're at. Get out and walk on bicycle or whatever you can do in the form of cardiovascular exercise. Do it and then gradually increase the duration. So you at least spend 45 minutes to an hour, preferably every day, but 4 or 5 times a week is what you're looking for. Now, how do you know you're in the fat burning area? You want to be walking fast enough where you're a little bit short of breath so you can carry on a conversation. That'll allow you to walk for a longer period of time, so you're going to burn more fat. And so you want to do that on top of that, in what Roger calls zone 2. I call it the aerobic threshold. You want the aerobic threshold. The intense training, the HIIT training, you do that a couple times a week. When I do my push-ups and pull-ups and my squats and stuff, when I do push-ups, the last 2 or 3 reps, I barely move. The last one, I can't move at all, or I do another one. But I'm trying to move. That's causing my nervous system to reach down and grab more muscle fiber. Now, that's very important. It's going to cause me to build more mitochondria, but the walking is going to cause you to build more mitochondria. It's going to put a greater oxygen demand. And if you do it in the summertime, between 11 and 1, or when the sun's straight above, the shadow is shorter than you are tall, when that sunlight hits your skin, it only works when the shadow is shorter than you are tall, you produce vitamin D3 at a very good rate. And so that's a very, very healthy, because you all increase nitric oxide. The walking exercise increases nitric oxide. Nitric oxide helps clean out the plaque out of the arteries, and also it oxidizes the pathogens, the virus and bacteria. And so exercise is a great way to produce that. And so it's very, very important. Now, I'll give you one more tip before I get back to Roger. Ideally, if you get into intermittent fasting, like stop eating at 7 or 8 and don't eat again to start with, at least at the beginning to 7 or 8 in the morning, you're wanting to get up to noon or 1 o'clock. So you have 16, 17, 18 hours of not eating. The reason you want to do that is you have about 2,000 calories of fat stored in your muscles. And you want to use that up. So when you exercise, you're burning the fat. It's very, very important. If you do that on top of a low-carb diet and keto diet, you really start burning the fat. So you become very efficient. But if you eat too many carbs, it slows down the ability for the body to burn fat. It really slows it down. And it can totally nullify a low-carb diet. I'll get back to you, Roger.
All right, thank you, Dr. Dan. I got to start with this zone 2, though. We really got to get that firmly fixed in everybody's mind. So here's the connection between all of this. When we talk about healthy weight management, when we talk about fitness, when we talk about longevity, it is rooted in the health of your mitochondria. This is what creates that inflammation we talked about in previous calls, failing, unhealthy mitochondria. So the very best exercise for promoting your mitochondria is zone 2. What's that? You're walking right below where you'd be out of breath or couldn't carry on a conversation with somebody. Technically, it's when the lactic acid that your exercise is creating is being canceled, okay? And you're not building up this lactic acid deficit, okay? But just think of it in a simple way. If you're not out of breath, right, and you can keep walking and carry on a conversation, you're in a good place. And that also coincides with your fat burning zone. That's what it's also called. If you're above that, you're not burning fat, because the process of your body converting fat to energy is too slow to keep up with that oxygen demand. Okay? So let's reflect on what that means with mitochondria. In zone 2, you are promoting the creation of new mitochondria, and you're also promoting, that's called biogenesis, mitochondrial biogenesis. And at the same time, you are getting rid of worn out mitochondria. That's called mitophagy. Okay, that's apart from your cell. Your cell is called autophagy. We get rid of cell. We got to do that too. But it starts with mitophagy. When you've got worn out mitochondria laying around, that's very inefficient in your body, very ineffective. And the inflammation that causes predisposes you to disease. Okay? Now, let's reflect on how we see that in our experience with people using our technology. I'm going to start with David Drake. So David has a serious health condition. Okay? We're going to need some more mitochondria to bring that back. He's become diabetic because of the pancreatitis. He got an inflamed pancreas that he had. We got high blood pressure. He had to have surgery. A lot of trauma going on there, right? Now, I want you to listen to this. This is how he became, I want to call him a fitness machine, right? Guy, his A1C was 12, comes down to 6. Doctor says he sees no damage in his eyes, and yet he can now walk 13 miles, okay? So let me let you listen to that. We'll unpack it, okay? Here we go.
I'm speaking with David Drager. David, what were your health concerns before you met us?
My health concerns were I had pancreatitis and was in the hospital.
All right. Explain how that was affecting you and what the doctors were saying about it.
So what, how I explained it was that I was overstressed from work and stuff, and I guess one gallstone fell down into one of the tubes, which ended up blocking it. And my body kept calling for insulin, and so the insulin couldn't get through my body through the tube. The insulin from the pumping of the pancreas turned around and ended up attacking all my organs and stuff. So I was in the hospital and stuff. From that, my A1C was at 12.6, and my blood, the highest my blood was in the hospital was 1,292. And so they were a little bit worried about it. Finally, they did get the stone to pass, and they put me on all kinds of fluids and stuff like that. I'm in Arizona right now. I'm visiting my parents. My blood's been sitting at around 70 to 90 right now.
The fasting
Yep.
glucose?
Yep.
Okay. What, do you know what your A1C was as of the last checkup?
So my last checkup was 6.0, and it's down from 12.6. But I had high blood pressure and stuff.
How high was your blood pressure?
My blood pressure was like 192 over 179. That's what they thought I had a stroke or a heart attack. Right now it's 120. It's 120 over 77.
Excellent.
But it's healing still. Like I said, it's only I've been out almost I've been on the product for about 2 months now, and so I'm expecting it to be completely healed by 90 days or so.
Right.
And my blood pressure was super high, so they tested me for like stroke and heart attack, but I didn't have that. And my vision was kind of poor. They sent me to an eye specialist, and the eye specialist couldn't believe when I started doing this product, the Restore, and went to the eye specialist, and they found out that I had no eye damage. The eye specialist couldn't believe it. I'll tell you what, I would have never believed it. I would have never believed it unless it didn't happen to me. And I kept telling him, no, this didn't happen. And I talked to my doctor. He's a chief surgeon. He was going to do my surgery and stuff, and I was telling him about it. He goes, oh, yeah. He goes, I've heard about it. Told me to take it, and then we was talking about stem cell shots, and he goes, they're expensive. And so my buddy was like, David, you need to try this. So I tried it, and I saw it working. I felt more energetic after 3 days, and it kept getting more and more and more. My body wants to continue to walk. Like I wasn't getting tired. And so that's what it is. I just got done walking 13 miles. So right when you called, I was ordering more packages for my family. And, but I love it, and I'm going to keep purchasing it, and I appreciate it. And like I said, you got to, how can I say it? Somebody that has seen the perfections of what this stuff can do to their bodies.
Okay,
That
so
was awesome, y'all.
let me explain what's happening with our formulation. You know, you could be around Devin Elliott a long time and not realize he's a superstar. These formulations, these ultramodal formulations, they are nailing every one of those metabolic pathways that affects your aging, all the way through the telomeres you hear the anti-aging crowd talk about. That affects the growth of new mitochondria, mitochondrial biogenesis. That affects your body's ability to recycle worn out mitochondria, mitophagy. Replace senescent cells that will stop dividing and laying around polluting up your body, mitophagy, all that. All that in these preparations. But that's a similar thing that your exercise does. So what happens if you're on our technology, for one, making those major changes, then you're reinforcing it with a decent exercise program, staying in that zone two, okay? If you look at the elite athletes, when you look at the Olympics, let's say, you look at some of the championship, where they're competing at a championship level, they train 80% of the time in zone two. Zone two. You don't have to kill yourself to get this result. That's the message I want you to get out of this, right? I also want you to get the message that you have a role in your health. What good is it for you to lose weight and still be unhealthy? So let's get the fundamentals in place. Let's bring back that mitochondria. That's what our formulations are about. and let's also have you get active. Do the exercise. It's an emotional intelligence in that, okay? I'll show you how that's going to benefit. But before I do that, I want to piggyback off what Dr. Dare said. He mentioned intermittent fasting. It's also called time-restricted eating. That's where you're going to reduce the amount of time between your first meal and the last meal of the day. And if you'll put that in the morning, okay, or really you can do it anytime in the morning, it's a tip, but you get a compound effect with respect to your energy. John King knows what I'm talking about. He was my IT guy for a long time. He's out of Wisconsin. He started doing this, lost 20 pounds in 11 days. Let's hear about what's he
Good morning, John.
Hey, Raj.
Tell me about your weight loss adventure with Restore.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting. What it is, I kind of combined intermittent fasting just with the benefits of Restore because a little bit of oils is really, really important to that equation. So what I did is I just skipped breakfast and I did coffee, of course, just coffee black. And then for lunch and for hydration through the day, I would just have water, but I would squeeze fresh lemons in the water, so I had fresh lemon water. And then just a normal, ordinary dinner, whatever anybody was having, nothing special. Throughout the day, I'd take my Restore. I split my Restore regimen out, so I'm taking it 2 to 3 times a day just to split it up and even it out because it is important when you're doing this intermittent fasting to get the oils in you. So with that, I was down over 20 pounds in about 10 or 11 days. So I had fantastic results with it, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this week turned out.
So how did that work with your energy level and your mental performance?
Oh, you can tell that, inflammation all the way is down. Acuity, mental acuity is up. Energy levels are up. Everything's up. I mean, you just feel so much better. And, in all categories. I haven't taken, blood tests or blood panels, but you can just feel, your joints feel better. You feel more alert. You rest better. You just have an overall better, a much increased sense of wellness and energy for that matter.
Thank you, John.
All right, thanks.
Okay, so here's what you're doing. If you are using our technology to regrow your mitochondria and you are walking in zone 2, not getting out of breath, not wearing yourself out, you are teaching your body how to burn fat. Teaching it how to burn fat. It doesn't know. Because you've been stuffing so many carbohydrates in your chances are, and eating too many carbohydrates and whatnot, not getting enough exercise. You just haven't learned how to do that. That's the most efficient place. That, once again, is where you're going to be promoting mitochondrial growth and at the same time getting rid of bad ones. So now, even your oxygen utilization is going to go up. Why? Because you've gotten rid of those damaged mitochondria that are less efficient. You replaced it with more efficient ones. Mm-hmm. Where might that come in handy? Well, it comes in handy if you got a serious condition. Particularly if you're very overweight, there are a lot of medical conditions that are associated with that. Blood sugar, blood pressure, all those tend to correlate with a lot of people being overweight. You don't have to be, but quite often, right? Let alone pancreatic cancer, let alone heart failure. That Greg Joshua, actually, his nephew had. He's 35 years old. 35 years old with the heart of an 80-year-old. He's trying to weigh 400 pounds. He got heart failure. And the interview you're going to listen to is after he's gotten past his crisis. They called the ambulance for him. He passes out in the ambulance. This is after he's on Mito, after he's on his way to losing 80 pounds.
Joshua, the last time we talked, you were recovering from an issue with your heart. Can you kind of update us and let us know where you are now?
Everything is looking good as far as levels with my heart, and it was way off when it first happened. Everything's within, I guess, the guidelines of being normal. I go back April for another echocardiogram to see everything is, you know, going in the right direction. But my heart and my cholesterol, everything has gotten better.
Okay.
When I went to see my PCP, she said all my levels look good. My cholesterol was high at first. Now it's down to 140. It was at 280, so that came down. Good cholesterol went up.
Okay, what was your blood pressure then? What is it now?
It was 190 over 130.
Right.
And now it's running about 104 over 72.
Wow. How did your doctors respond to that, the PCP?
Well, they said they may have to take me off of some of the medicine because I think the lower number they said can't get below 60. So they said just to keep monitoring it. So I just check my pressure every day to make sure it's not getting too low.
So you stay on our stuff and you can get some, sounds like this suggestion you can get off that medication eventually.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. So they already cut back a couple of pills already.
Right.
I'm not taking twice a day. I'm taking them once a day now.
When you started, what was your weight the last time, and what is your weight now? The last time we talked. And what is it now?
It was like 331. Now I'm at 311. But when I went in hospital, I was 387.
Good. Anything else come to mind?
Well, I've always been afraid of losing weight real fast because you get stretch marks and loose skin. But I haven't experienced that. I've been losing the weight, but I haven't really gotten any stretch marks or sagging skin, so I'm happy about that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So how would you say you're feeling overall at this point?
Like a new man.
All right.
I used to say I felt old. Like I now I'm not that old, but I used to say I felt like a 90-year-old man. Now I feel like a 20-year-old man.
All right. You gotta thank your uncle for that.
Yeah, I think it's incredible, man. I'm very proud of him.
Thank you, Joshua and Greg, for sharing that. This is quite a story. I appreciate it, man.
I hope you picked up on the point he said that about his skin. See, he's lost weight before. And every time he did, he had all that sagging and whatnot. When you are bringing back your mitochondria, you're bringing it back everywhere. So your skin is performing in ways that it wouldn't if you just lost weight. And you didn't bring back your mitochondria. And you didn't help yourself become more fit by exercise. Okay? Now let's get another condition in here. Let's say you got incredibly high blood sugar or blood pressure. And yes, you're overweight. Yes, you need to get more fit. You would be like Joe Derry, okay? You'd be like Joe Derry that's on your Harris introduced us to in Atlanta. Okay? So Joe got serious health issues. When you're like that, you got that really, really high blood sugar, you got to go to the bathroom, many times a day because your body's trying to get rid of that blood sugar. It's just messing with your day, okay? Well, let's see how you can straighten your day out if you will start using that technology to regrow your mitochondria. Hey, why not add a little exercise to it?
So, Joe, tell me what your health concerns were before you met us through Sonia.
My blood sugar, my A1C was really high.
How high was it, Joe?
675.
600 something sounds like fasting glucose, so you take no more.
It wouldn't read on mine. Mine only said high. But when I went to the hospital, they said it was 675. I started taking the body and mind, and I also take the part that you put under your tongue. And then, I'm going to do that every day. I do that like four times a day. And
I took 2 of the body and mind, and then my blood sugar did come down to normal levels. I'm like between 90 and 130, somewhere right around there.
How long did it take for that to happen?
About 6 days, 6 to 7 days.
So over a 6 to 7 day period, it came down from really high down to really a normal level, it sounds like.
Yes. It wasn't fast. It gradually came down. It went down into the 3s and it hit the 2s, and then it got down into the 1s. And then once it got down there, it's kind of like it just stays there.
Right. So Joe, help us appreciate the difference in how you were feeling. How did you feel before when it was really high versus later when it came back to normal?
Oh man, I had to go to the bathroom every 10 seconds. Well, I'm exaggerating. I mean, every time I drank something, it came right out. I was tired. You know, I was driving a truck, so I couldn't even really drive that far because I'll get tired. I would drive maybe 30 minutes and I had to pull over and take a nap. And then another 30 minutes and I pull over and take a nap. It took me forever to get home. And once I got home, it was bad. I wasn't feeling well at all.
Now, how are you feeling once it got down?
Well, I feel good now. I'm eating better. I have energy. I feel good. I'm 62, and I feel good. I walk about between 3,000 and 4,000 steps a day. Sometimes I get to 6, but for the most part, I do 3,000 to 4,000 steps a day. And I'm losing weight, not massive, just a couple pounds here or there a week. So I'm doing a lot better.
How long have you been on Mito altogether now, at this point?
I think it's been about 3 months.
What did you weigh in the beginning versus what you weigh now?
Oh, I was 363, and I'm down to 318 now.
You can definitely see the difference in how you move.
Yeah. And another thing, I put the cream on the back of my head, like in the back of my head, I had a couple bumps back there. And my wife used to say, stop scratching them. So I started rubbing that on there, and they went away. They used to get on my nerves.
Okay, so I hope you're starting to get this, that if you can start with mitochondria as a base, right? Now, with more healthy mitochondria, you're going to burn that blood sugar up in your bloodstream. You're going to start having more efficient fat burning process going on, which lets you naturally arrive at that weight you're supposed to be at. Okay, and some people are going to need to gain some weight. I'll play those on Monday, okay? But understand the process of which you need to be a part. Now, some of you will use that technology and wonder how you lost all that weight because you didn't do anything different. That was the case with Sharon Fraley. But this will give us an opportunity to reflect on what's characteristic. You can hear her talk about the cravings that went away, right? You have addictions. You're addicted to that sugar and those high starchy foods, okay? There's help for that if you're willing to restore your mitochondria. I have the pleasure of speaking with Sharon Fraley. Sharon, I interviewed you last year. You know, really, you didn't have any specific health concerns, but your vision just was popped. It was amazing. You got all the energy. But since you were on a 3-day binge, you hadn't had any time to lose weight. So I'm just curious, what has happened with regards to your weight since then?
Well, since I've been on the Mito, my weight has went down tremendously. I've been able to keep it down, and people are asking me, what am I doing? people are saying to me, Sharon, you look good. What happened? And I tell them it's the Mormito product. And so when I first started taking the Mormito product, as I mentioned to you over a year ago, I had so much energy, my eyesight changed, and then the weight, and this just started like falling off. And so I could tell how my clothes were fitting, and I was not going to the gym. Okay, so I have been able to tell people I was not going to the gym for that whole year of taking the product, and I just recently started going to the gym because the weight came off, and your skin is loose, and you just want to tone up. But also with the Mormito product too, those sugar craves that I used to have, and the appetite, it changed it. So my taste bud changed. And so also, not doing sodas, not doing processed foods, a lot of sugars and things like that was the extra on top of taking the Mormito with the weight coming off so fast. And when I tell people, this is a natural Ozempic, you don't need those types of things. When you change your eating habits and you go on the product, the Mormito product, this is your Ozempic. I'm a witness. I know what happened to me.
Okay, so here again, you heard her talk about the cravings. Characteristic of restoring mitochondria with these ultramito formulations is what we call emotional intelligence. It means that you're making better decisions. You're more emotionally resilient. Things don't set you off and make you go to comfort food, binge eating and stuff like that. Or you're in the presence of somebody else eating and you just gotta eat too, okay? The self-control that you get, the focus that you get, that, lack of indecision, okay? And I hope some of the people we get to Q&A will speak up about their experiences with that. It is something we only started witnessing when we went to 2.0 version of this technology, okay? So let me kind of recap it for you. We are talking about finding that optimal weight. We're talking about fitness, and we're talking about longevity. And the way you relate it to mitochondria is this. Your aging is largely loss of mitochondria, and mitochondria becoming less efficient, worn out. The formulation sends signals to fix that. They're both causing your mitochondria to grow and causing them to maintain themselves better, mitochondria, causing cells mitochondria, causing cells to maintain themselves, autophagy, okay? And at the same time, giving you this sense of well-being, right? And functionally, if you look at the way the pathways have been amplified, it's the same thing that happens when you exercise. You're in zone two. You're walking, and at that level where you can carry on a conversation, not getting out of breath, you're burning fat, and you're teaching your body how to get better at it at the same time, okay? Bring back new mitochondria once again, getting rid of old ones. With that kind of efficiency, you can not just lose weight. You don't want to lose weight and be unhealthy. You can find that ideal weight if that's what you need to do and still be healthy, okay? All right, so let me point out that, I'm going to change the subject now. Let me point out that the topic we have today also applies to pets, okay? Also applies to pets. We look forward to having our partner, Mick McQuillan, online. Dale, you see Mick? Is Mick back with us? He was here and fell off the panel.
Let me bring him back.
Okay. 75% of homes in America have a dog or a cat. Have them consider that pet to be a family member. Got Mick? All right.
I got Mick.
Mick.
I unmuted him.
Okay, there you go. Help us out. Always got some enthusiasm for us for this pet patients, what's going on. You and Kate have an amazing business over there in Ireland. Tell us about it.
Hey, Roger. Hey, Dale. Great to be here. I love listening. And I love these weight loss ones. Do you know what I mean? Because it just makes me feel that I want to lose weight. It's just so inspiring. And So my name is Mick McQuillan, and I love tuning in to the Saturday call. I wouldn't miss it. You know, it's just incredible. And like Roger says, you know, my wife Kate and I, we have an amazing business called Pet Sellers Island. And that the pure focus of that business is to help pet owners feel better about something that makes them feel bad. And it's the one reason why I love the Pet Life product so much, is because that's the way it made me feel. It made me feel better about something that I was feeling bad about with my own dog, Coco. You know, now if you've been here before, you might have heard this before. I'm going to tell you again. You know, Coco was like 12 years old. She could barely get up the stairs. You know, and I would watch her, and it would make me feel bad. You know, and we were looking for something. We had tried alternatives, veterinary things, and different things, and you know, she was just unhappy. That made me unhappy. And you know, we were looking, and we came across this website. You know, and I just picked up the phone and I rang in. And, you know, thank God we were sent this little care package. I gave it to Coco at 10 o'clock one Sunday morning, and at 5 o'clock that night she ran up the stairs. It changed quickly. I'm not saying it's going to work like that for you. I don't know how it's going to work like that for you. But, you know, it just kept getting better and better and better. And then we started sharing it. We started telling people about it. You know, and then they had amazing results too. You know, and that's all that we do. You know, but this product, for me, the Pet Life product, you know, it just helps me feel better about something that makes me feel bad with my pet. And now Roger was saying, about 70% of homes in America, across America, have one or more pets. You know, I wonder how many of those people are feeling bad about something and what a difference this could make for them and for their pet. It's just an incredible thing. And that's really what it's about. You know, it's about better. Better. But, you know, look, you know, one of the things that you know, Roger was just talking about EQ, emotional intelligence and stuff like this. And one of the things that Kate noticed with Coco is that she just seemed happier, right? She seemed happier, you know? And even as she got older, she was still very happy, you know? And we were talking about weight management and things like this. You know, Coco's weight remained consistent. Her appetite was always good, you know, things like this. And of course, that depends on what we feed her too. You know, like I had a bad habit of giving her the wrong stuff, and that didn't work out for her digestion very good. But it is, you know, look, it's what you put into your body. Right, you know, this is important. Dr. Dan was talking about all of that stuff. You know, but as a supplement that can help, you know, with your body, with your pet's body, and why not try what you say? You know, mix it with your DNA, see what happens. Mix it with your pet's DNA, see what happens. And the beautiful thing, as Dale was saying, these little creatures, they can't tell you any fibs. You're either going to see it or you're not. And if you can see it in them, what's the difference going to be like for you when you try it for yourself? So, look, I don't know how it works for my pets, which encouraged me to actually try it for myself. You know, and then, you know, my knees, my joint pain in my knees went 60 done. I've got more energy. You know, who doesn't want these things? We all want these things. I'm not getting any younger, I'm getting older. But I want to be as young as I can, even as I'm getting older, right? And this can actually help. So, look, what are your next steps? Get back to that person who invited you to this call and ask them what your next step is, if any. You know, I would encourage you to give it a try. You know, Dale's going to tell you all about the benefits of trying and you know, how it's a win-win situation for you in that. But Roger, you guys are amazing. I love being part of this. I love being part of this organization. I love the opportunity to share my story, you know, and tell people the difference that it makes for me and how it helped me feel better. And, you know, look, one of the most important things is how you feel, right? You want to feel better. You know, why not give it a try and feel better yourself? Roger, thank you so much. Thank you. You're a legend. You know, you do so much for me that, you know, a lot of people probably don't know about, but getting those products to me is incredible. And thank you so much. I appreciate all of you guys.
All right. Thank you, Mick. Say hello to Kate for us. Okay. So let's put it all together. So we have this special technology that we're blessed with, that my partner, Dr. Bevan Elliott, created. It's regrowing mitochondria. That's that part of your cell that makes energy that your body literally runs on it. It is so important that if all of them in your body were to start working right now, you would literally die. Okay?
That's serious, y'all.
Or your life past, you know, early age. And as a result, your body isn't working as well, simply because it doesn't have the energy. Things have been declining. Things have been degrading. And you can turn it around. Okay? This
special technology that he developed will regrow mitochondria. Now your body can start doing things. Some cases, doing things that it never did. As people, we learned that from people reporting. Some things we never expected. We didn't expect autistic children who weren't speaking to start talking, okay, or one born with cerebral palsy never walked to start walking, or graduate from college, any of those things we saw. Or people sent home on hospice. They're supposed to die. Go make out your will. Okay, reverse all of that. And so many of you coming back to us saying, I still be alive today. Phil from Coeur d'Alene. Okay. Phil got his life back, now he got a new wife. Is that right, Dale?
That's correct.
You know, so it's like change your mitochondria, change your life. That's where you are right now. This technology is in 3 products. One is called Restore. Restore's purpose is to repair your cells and regenerate your organs. Okay, part of the ingredients of the 44 are regrowing mitochondria. The other part are feeding your organs specific foods that they need. Then there's Renew Brain and Body. These are capsules that lets us bring in water-soluble ingredients to regrow your mitochondria and also give some advantages to your brain. Then there's that topical cream or gel. They highly recommend if anything that affects your hair, your scalp, or your skin, any place on your body. I'm talking face to feet, right? So you got that mold, that bump, that this, that you don't want there. You got a scar on, you've been on there a decade or more. Repeatedly put this stuff on and watch what happens. You can also take some of the Restore, say a teaspoon or more, put it in that jar, shake it up, and now you got all 44 ingredients of the Restore hitting around on the transdermal effects of Rejuvenate, because Rejuvenate is designed to carry nutrition through the skin. So you can put it right where you need it, on that knee, that back, that elbow, whatever the case may be, okay? So give these things a try. Put it together with your DNA, see what your body comes up with. Maybe you got a particular health concern, or maybe you just want to be as healthy as possible. Either way, these are highly recommended. Okay, Dale Bonet with the commercial.
Thank you, Roger. Listen, everybody, you get these incredible products at moremito.com. moremito.com. Then a / type in your username and hit enter. You're going to be at your website. Now, you know it's your site because your name's at the top of the page. So is your phone number. So is your email, even your WhatsApp number, if you put that there. And that's where you send people to learn more after you've initially told them about the products, what you've experienced or what you've heard, what you've read. They go there to learn more and make their purchases. They can read about the ingredients. They can see the whole list of ingredients. They can read about XDS, how it works, why it works. But most important, they can purchase from you. You cannot buy from the company. You buy from people. So this is the website they do that at. But you know what? There's one more thing they can do. They can join you and get their own website and get involved. Look, you've heard and you know by now, these are one-of-a-kind products. These are not me too. There's nothing like the Ultramito line of products. Well, there's nothing like the company we created to support the products. There's no cost or fee to join More Mito. We don't charge you to tell other people about these great products. We don't force you to buy product. There's no minimum requirement that you need to purchase. We don't do that. We don't force you to buy anything. We've got an auto ship. It's for courtesy. It's for convenience. We don't force you to be on auto ship. And gosh, we even give you the website free. The website I just described, there's no charge for that. You've probably seen a pattern here. We don't charge you to be in business with us. And if you decide to participate, and we hope you do, in our very lucrative compensation plan, let me tell you about that. It's like
you're not charged to be a customer or in business. It's your choice which one you want to be.
Once a month, or once a week, or even once a day. Every time somebody makes a purchase, once you're a verified member with us, we check your phone and your email. Once somebody makes a purchase, your compensation's in your back office. Take it and use it and spend it. It's just that fast. If you've joined us as a referring customer, you get Mito Cash. Internal money. Use it to pay for your products. Use it to pay for your shipping. You can even send it to other people so they can purchase and buy Or you can upgrade. You can upgrade. There's no charge for that to a paid rep. Now you get cash. Send it to your bank. Send it to your Venmo. Send it to your PayPal. We've got the most secure ACH system. It's called Stripe connectivity. You can send money to virtually any bank, even outside the U.S. That's a major deal, but it's because they're so secure. So you've never seen anything like the products. You've never seen anything like this company, and that goes all the way to our support system. Listen, our phones are answered 6 days a week. If you call the number at the bottom of your webpage, bottom right, then you're going to get a human being. If somebody doesn't answer, they're already talking to somebody. Leave a message, you're going to get a call back. So we're here to answer your questions. A question about shipping. Do you have a question about ordering? Do you need help signing some? If you can't reach your sponsor, we don't want you to wait. We're here. We'll get it handled. So we support you like you've never been supported. The products improve your life like nothing that you've ever been able to take before because of the one-of-a-kind XDS. So let's review. We created a one-of-a-kind company, a one-of-a-kind product. We've done everything we can do. There's only one thing we can't do, and that's talk to the people that you know and you interact with. So share the message. You've got a major, incredible secret here that can improve lives and can improve pocketbooks. Don't keep it hidden. Share the message. Your goal is not to get a yes. Your goal is to just let them know it's here. We even gave you a brand new free marketing system. It's so incredible. You can send text messages, emails. You can send the videos about the company, and you're going to know when people watch them. Why is that important? Sometimes people don't want to hurt your feelings. So they say, yeah, I watched it. That was interesting. And you know now if they didn't, and you can say, look, you knucklehead, you didn't watch it. It's okay to say no to me. But you need to know what you're saying no to. This can change your blood pressure issues if that's what you sent them. This can change your eyesight if that's what you sent them. This can change the issues you're having with neuropathy if that's what you sent them. You decide what they see. You know if they watch it, you made everything super easy. So Roger, if I left anything out, let me know. I'm going to turn this back to you.
And if you've had a week like I had, where most of the week I couldn't even talk because of a medical issue, having a company where the people can just call into customer service, which is 509-593-3300, is awesome because I could rest in peace because the business could still continue to grow. Isn't that awesome?
The smoothies she's got to help people who want to gain weight. If we don't get her on, they will have it on Monday night, okay? I don't see her on the line right now. But let me take it where Dale. Yes, we have an extraordinary opportunity here for you to help yourself in technology. You got her?
Roger, I've got Dr. You need her, yeah.
Dr. Joy.
She's unmuted.
Hello, Dr. Joy.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
You're there.
You can hear me now?
So
Yes.
Yeah, so you got this amazing smoothie because a few people want to gain weight. Help them out.
So we tell you how to lose weight, and now
look,
we're telling y'all they
don't
need
let
to gain
Roger
weight,
get
how
you
to
in
gain
trouble.
weight, okay?
Gaining weight could bring some stretch marks, but guess what? More mito won't let it happen. I've got a friend girl who gained, who was perfect weight, maybe a few pounds over, had stretch marks, but guess what? That Rejuvenate cream, oh my goodness, got rid of her stretch marks at 60, I'm going to say 68, 69 years old. And now she's back in a bikini because her skin is perfect. But let me tell you about this wonderful weight gaining smoothie. We're going to put some things that your body, if your weight is underweight and you need your curves back, we're going to make sure you have the things in your body that the body needs, like some vitamin A. You can, and so the liquid that goes in your smoothie, you could have put some carrot juice because sometimes that's why you're underweight. You didn't have enough of that vitamin A in there. And another thing that causes you to lose weight is not having your thyroid function properly. Well, how can you feed it when it's hyper? It's, and you can't gain weight. We put seaweed in the smoothie. So the nori sheets, when you're eating sushi, that nori is bringing in all those minerals, okay? You could put greens, any green, kale, mustard, collard, spinach, beet greens, cooked broccoli. You could throw those into your smoothie along with the major ingredients. Some flaxseed that is there to balance your weight. You can put bananas, flaxseed, almonds, make your almond milk while you're making the smoothies. And yes, throw a few dates in there. Don't forget to take the pits out, or a little raw, organic, unfiltered honey. And it is, put your water in. So while you're making your almond milk with the smoothies with all your greens and carrots, you've got the liquid. Put in about 8 to 10 ounces of water. Blend it very well. It's very quite delicious. Okay? And so, let's see now. So the more Mito products now, so it's helping you with stretch marks so you don't get them. But when you start to lose weight, then we want to be a little concerned about shrinkage and skin wrinkling. And that's what those products are also excellent for. We are paying attention to gut health, because gut health is everything. You run into a gut issue and then you not eating. We are also making sure we're eating things like avocados that help bring that weight up. Spirulina help you to maintain your weight. That's what the astronauts are eating. Definitely we got the bee pollen in there. And rice. Don't be afraid to eat rice when you're not at that perfect weight. And sweet potatoes for sure with the skin on. And hey, let's just enjoy gaining the weight plus muscles. Eat your seafoods, your wild caught seafoods, and put your Rejuvenate in that belly button a couple of times a day to keep your gut health on top. Thank you, Roger.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Joy. Hey, shout out to all of you who have friends and family online. Always does my heart good to see my brother from Durham, North Carolina on a slave family, always well represented.
Thanks, Jennifer, for joining.
French family as
That's
well.
my little sister.
I hope
She
your
messaged me, so I
letting
know
your
she
family
was
know about what we
watching.
got here. Okay, star 5 on your phone or on that panel if you joined us via the internet. Okay, star 5 on your phone. Okay, so we let's start with George Harris, or the Georgia Harris. Georgia Harris.
Georgia.
In Illinois.
Georgia, I need you. Go ahead with your question.
Hello, thank you so much for this wonderful presentation. I just have one question. And then I thought I heard somebody say, I'm on all 3 products right now, but I thought I heard somebody say that one of the products, or all of them, suppress your appetite, and I'm not interested in that. So can you explain that for me? Which one does?
Yeah, so
Your body does
okay,
it.
this is a function of emotional intelligence. A lot of people that are losing weight because they lose cravings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cravings are driving a lot of eating. They lose their cravings. When you're craving, you have a food addiction just about. Okay, that goes away. You heard Sharon Fraley in the last interview I played. You heard her say she didn't have those cravings anymore. That's part of what was causing her to gain that weight to start with. Okay?
Oh.
So, see, so there it is. There's nothing you can just identify and say you're automatically going to do that. But it's more the mental component of this that's helping you do that.
It's
Along
what
with,
your body does, guys. It's what your body does. It's not just one of these products that makes you lose the weight. It's what your body does with the product. So everybody does not lose weight.
That's what your body should be doing. When you're walking, when you're in zone 2, like we're talking about, You need to have access to that. Otherwise, your energy level is too low. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I was thinking about just one of them might just naturally come. I have a very good appetite, but I didn't want it suppressed. That's the only thing.
No, it's not going to change that. A
That's what I
healthy
mean.
appetite is good. It's good. Okay? But there's a difference
know,
between
but
having
I
a
didn't-
healthy appetite and overeating all the time because you have a craving. Does that make sense?
Okay, I just didn't want it suppressed because I don't want. I think I was on here before. I don't want to lose any weight.
Yeah. So how long you been on Mito?
About 2 weeks.
Okay. So you haven't had your appetite suppressed yet? Is that my understanding?
It seems like it's a little bit less. I'm not really sure, but I would just want to make sure that.
There's nothing
I just
excessive in your appetite, okay? Don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. I said, don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. There's nothing extraordinary about what it's going to do to your appetite.
Yeah, and I really enjoy what Dr. Joy was talking about, the smoothie. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All righty. Judy from Charlotte, North Carolina, where I went to Johnson C. Smith for a while, about a year and a half, before I went to North Carolina
All right.
A&T.
Well, great. Judy, I've unmuted you. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm really enjoying the call. I had someone ask me about Lyme disease. Have you had it with people with Lyme disease and things like herpes, things like that?
Okay, so very divergent, very different conditions. But let me say this for all conditions, right? We don't do conditions. We do mitochondria. It turns out, though, that with more mitochondria, your body is more effective at addressing any and all diseases, including the two that you mentioned. Now, specifically reports, because you hear me in the interview say, what were your health concerns before you met us and what changed after, okay? That's what their body did to make those changes. I've had families where several family members had Lyme, for example, and they all improved. The father of that family was, kind of a well-off guy. He just bought a ton of product and gave it to lots of family members, not just his immediate family. But he himself, he was one of the worst subjects you could ever have. This man, who was energy because of that Lyme, when he was shot about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we had lunch one day up in New Jersey. He would take every vegetable off his plate, not eat them, and he would drink more soda than water. But he didn't drink any water. He drank soda the whole time. Okay? So even with all of that, his Lyme situation improved. Now that said, let me also say this. Lyme is serious. If you have that infection, you really need to get after that. Because there's a point at which if you let it last years and years and years and years, even the powerful things you can get that will specifically kill the Lyme disease will be very painful. Because of the die-off in Lyme, your body, the inflammation level that you already have on top of a die-off can be excruciatingly painful. Okay? So if anybody's got a Lyme disease, particularly just got it, I would say absolutely get after it with it. Okay?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right.
All right.
Okay,
Thank you.
Patricia.
Great question.
Patricia Ferguson in Atlanta, the caller ID says.
All right, Patricia, I have unmuted you. Go ahead with your question.
Yeah, thank you so very much. I've been on the product for quite a period of time. They're excellent, and it helps me all over. I share it with people. The question that I have is to share information in terms of the psychological benefits for persons who would have a diagnosis of bipolar and those kinds of mental deficiencies.
Well, again, I gotta give my same disclaimer about us not doing conditions. We do mitochondria. But that said, right? But that said, there's just something
about how all of these psychological conditions that we've had people report on seem to have improved. Addictions. You name the addiction and somebody has had it and told us how much better they got. People who have things that I wouldn't have thought could have been affected. Tourette's, where a person just involuntarily blurts out, sometimes offensive things. I would have no reason to think that should be connected with regrowing mitochondria, but we've seen people report that.
Mm-hmm.
So I would encourage anybody who has any kind of of situation like that, give it a try. I mean, PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
How about you have PTSD for 60 years? 60 years. And everybody around you knows it. Okay? And you get on this technology, and within a couple of weeks, it's gone. So we've seen way too many miracles for us to assume that anybody with the kind of concern you just mentioned could not benefit from regrowing mitochondria.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Excellent. I appreciate you taking my call. Have a wonderful life. Thank you.
Okay.
Guys, stop thinking
So,
conditions.
in
Think
your back office,
mitochondria
by the way, on
and
the
get it
share
and build your
more
mitochondria.
info,
See what it does with your body.
that's where you can find these categories. You will look for brain and neurological, and you can see any number of interviews there. So if you're already affiliated with us, that's where you look. If you are not affiliated, it's free. Get affiliated and you pay it, and you can get access to our library and research those yourself. Okay. Little Deb.
All right, Little Deb, I have unmuted you. Go ahead with your question. Little Deb, are you there? We cannot hear you.
Hello, I'm here, sorry.
Hey.
I didn't find out.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for taking the call, I appreciate it. I'm working with Grandma Jean. She's doing well, eating, and feeling more energy, but we need help with her short-term memory.
Okay.
She's 83 years young, and she forgets things real easily, and even taking her products, if I'm not there to give them to her, she'll forget.
Okay. So for a long time, we've had, even before we had Restore, we had only at that time the new brain and body, or the precursor to it. We called it Mind and Perform back then. And people would get it for their elderly parents just for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that memory loss is one of those things that regrowing mitochondria has a positive effect on. How much
Right.
is she taking?
For the brain and body, I'm putting her now on 2 pills a day, in the morning and at night. And then the liquid, you said she could take up to 8 milliliters, the droppers, 8 of those a day. And I'm trying to get her to use the cream more than once a day.
All right, so when you say the 2 brain and body, is that 2 for the entire day, or is that 2 twice a day, meaning 4?
No, I'm just giving her 1 before. I'm having to pay for everything, and I'm down to 10 hours a month at work, so I only
So
have
just
so much
tell other people about it.
funds that I
Get
can
some more
work
Mito
with,
bucks so you can get some free product.
Okay.
Mr. Hill has already
refer
designed it so
some
people
folks
can get
and,
free products,
you know,
okay?
Yeah.
And see if we can't get some more Mito cash in there to help you out, but
Right, that's what I'm working towards.
I believe it's having an impact. The longer you go, the more it'll be visible. But certainly, to make a breakthrough, it would be helpful, for you to get where you can take more. There also, you may or may not want to take advantage of it, but there are these pay later options in the back office as well.
Yeah, I forget about that, y'all. We do have several buy now, pay later options in the back.
I mean, I take 6 about every day. Sometimes 8 on a long day. So it's
Okay.
I call all this stuff high tech salad dressing,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because it's that safe.
Yeah.
You can't take too much of
Yeah,
this. It's a
because the
food, y'all.
Restore, I have her take that 2 mLs and then drink water, and then the cream in the jar that you can put on anywhere she has any discomfort or anything. It's amazing when she gets a bruise on her hand and when she puts that cream on and how fast her body reabsorbs the blood. It just like blew my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So she's walking again. A half a
She's
mile.
walking now. She wasn't walking before.
Well,
How far?
in June last year, she broke her shoulder, her humerus, and had to go under the knife at 88. And I had to get a plate in there and screws. And she wasn't able to walk then, but she's had some trouble with falling recently. So we're just trying to, at 100 pounds, you can't be a heavyweight, but we're trying really hard to keep her healthy.
Okay, so I'm happy to hear that she can walk more. I mean, this is our topic today. Like your body forgets things like balance, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But, as you walk more, that actually will help improve that along with everything else. So the more active you can keep her, and I'm happy that, she's better so she can maybe do more.
Right. Yeah, she's going to physical therapy 2-3 days a week.
And what's she eating? I mean,
whatever
I would
can glue down.
Okay, try to get as many vegetables in there as you can. I'm going to, blood sugar and blood pressure negatively affect your memory. How's the blood pressure and blood sugar?
Yes. She's wanting a lot of apples, a lot of oranges. Like, we can't keep them in her house. She eats them all. I try to make her fresh, chicken salad, egg salad, tuna salad. She has 2 hard-boiled eggs every day with toast for breakfast. And, she likes sweet,
all right,
so she's got a really good sweet tooth.
Right. Be assured that you're on the right track. You see the improvement that she is making. The memory part is lagging right now, but she'll catch up in time.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for your time, everybody. We love the product.
Guys, as you see,
it
would be great for her to take more product, but she's saying that she can't afford it. Now, again, share the information with more people, and you get the free more Mito. But
I was about to ask you, did he come back?
But because she's just taking, looks, sounds like the regular dose, right? Maybe a little bit more with the Restore. She might be taking a little bit more than the regular dose. So it may take her a little bit longer. Now, if you can afford to take more, then you get more, and the quicker it's a possibility you could have a quicker response because the more that you actually get into your body, okay? The more the merrier, as they say.
With my dog, I would always give it to Coco twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening, and maybe on next week's call I'll explain why I was doing that and my reasons for it. But with myself, obviously I have my routine, certainly with the rejuvenate, after my shower, my joints, my knees, my head, my face, my hair, all that kind of stuff. But with the Restore, I take it kind of through the day as I'm going, but I wonder, is there a best time for me to take the Restore, whether it be in the morning, as soon as I get up, before caffeine, or maybe in the evening, or maybe should I be dosing throughout the day? Is there a recommendation?
I would say the most important thing is how much you take, and the next most important thing is spreading it out. Because my concern is that can you really do that? You know what I mean? Like if you're working a job, it's not, or some situation where it's not convenient for you to take it every hour in the hour, that might not work for you. But any version of spreading it out through the day, some early, some later, is going to be okay.
Because you don't want to forget it.
I appreciate that.
Well,
and
if you
with
start
the brain
spread
and body
it out
capsule,
and you forget it, then you're not getting the regular dose.
I don't really take that many tablets. I don't really, like the feeling of swallowing tablets. am I able to, separate them and put that brain and body powder maybe into one of those shakes that Dr. Joy was talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a guy, Dale. Isn't that the guy that tells us that he pulls it out of the capsule? Talk to us about that. Dale's unmuting himself. Okay. So
I'm here. We've got several people opening the capsules and sprinkling the ingredients in a drink, in water, on a smoothie, because they just have trouble swallowing the capsules. But Roger, you're alluding to one gentleman who's just started opening the capsules, putting it in water, a small thing of water, stirring it up, and putting that in his eye. So we've got people doing things with the capsules we never thought
taking
of.
the capsules, putting it in the water, and putting it in his eye.
Mixing it up with water and putting that in your eye. So,
it's your body. Do what works for you.
Some people take that literally and experiment, and then we get the benefit of hearing about it.
Listen, I appreciate the answers. Thank you so much.
All right, Mick.
Thank you, Mick.
Sure, Tiny.
Okay, David McCullough from Riverside, California just came on the line. Let's see what he has.
All right, David, I have unmuted you. Go ahead with your question.
It seems like if you take the more Mito every day, you can live forever. Is that true?
I'd say live longer. I mean, like, we all know Father Time is undefeated. He's likely to stay that way.
Certain claims we can't make, guys. Legal matters,
I don't think there's
right.
any question about that.
But we have seen a lot of people that doctors have given up on. They got on the products, and they live longer.
Thank you, David. Okay.
Let's try it and see what your body does.
New Jersey.
All right, Judith, I've unmuted you. Go ahead.
Hello. I've been on the product now since January, but I noticed it making me. I only take one teaspoon, but it make me losing weight. I was 183, now I'm down to like 150 something. And I used to be a big eater, but it made my appetite a little bit, like with sweets, and cut my appetite a little bit. And my doctor, I want to go on vitamin D with K, but she don't want me to take the K along with the D. You know, the capsule have the D and the K in it. And they telling me that it's not good to take the D alone. You have to take the K because the D would observe your bones or something like that. So I don't know if you know anything about that.
I know a lot about that. So you should be supplementing D3 and K27 at the same time. So some of the older doctors are familiar with K27 for some reason. Okay, because the original K, when the Germans named it, it's because that K that they're talking about helps your blood clot, and they spell clot with a K instead of a C.
She told me to cause my blood to be clot, so she don't want me to take the K.
No. She got the wrong one. Okay, we're specifically talking about K27, not based by vitamin K. Just, you don't have to go far in the search engine to find that out. Obviously, Father and she's been. Okay. There's no conflict there at all.
I ordered the vitamin D with the K in it. It's, both together.
Okay.
And I told her about it, and she said she don't want me to take the D with the K together.
She's not referencing K27. Let's just get it straight. There's a number of Ks. Okay? The specific one that you see paired with D3 is K27. Okay? That is distinctly different than the one that makes your blood clot.
Oh, the K27 makes your blood clot.
No, it's the other way around.
Oh, the other way around. Okay, just the K alone.
Regular K is the one that's involved in clotting.
Okay.
K27 strikes a balance because it migrates excess calcium back into your bones. D3 works the other way. So that's why you need to take them together so you keep them in balance. If you overdo the D3, you can, deplete the K27 side.
Where you get that at? The K27. Where you get the K27 at?
everywhere, everywhere.
Okay.
I get mine off Amazon. You can find it in health food stores everywhere.
So,
Okay,
so
but
dedicated to 7.
So I hope y'all listening.
all the D3, all the D3 that you see coming with a K, that's K27. K27.
Okay, so that's the KD3 with the K27 together in one.
Yeah, D3 K27. That's how I take mine every day. Look at this morning.
Okay. So I gotta get rid of these.
And we have it and we have it in Restore.
Oh, you got it in Restore. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's vital. I mean,
And you wonder why this does so well, because Dr. Bevan Elliott has done his research.
Okay, that's
Mr.
how
Roger Hill has done
And then
research.
I learned.
And they make a great team and have great products.
I need you to pair it up with D3. I came from the other side.
So this example shows you.
No one was saying anything about K27. But in more enlightened time, we understand that you have to keep them in balance. You should always take your D3 with K27.
This example shows you that they've done a lot more research than some of the doctors, but y'all are trusting these doctors like they know everything. They don't.
That way, though. It does. I mean, I've never seen D3 with the regular K. I've only seen it with the right K, which is K27.
No, I got the package here from Amazon, and it's out there. It's right here.
Okay, take pictures. Okay, let's do this.
It got the D3.
So she's not getting everything that he's saying. So he's probably going to call her back so he can get her to understand. Again, the CEO, Mr. Roger Hill, does plenty of research. The scientist, Dr. Bevan Elliott, has done great research. That's how these products develop. They work great together. They have the things in there that is needed to build your mitochondria up. Okay? Once your mitochondria is built up, your body can fix itself from anything. It don't make a difference what condition you have. That's why we don't do conditions. We don't tell you we cure anything, because we're in the mitochondria business, and we help you build your mitochondria up because God has already designed your body to fix itself. Okay? It knows how to fix itself when you build your mitochondria up. So build your mitochondria up, guys. Everybody needs this. Every human and every pet. Every pet.
You're eating healthier now. That's good. All right. Okay.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
Thank you for calling us, Julian.
Yeah, thank you for.
All right.
Grace White, Philadelphia. City of brotherly love.
Grace, I've unmuted you. Go ahead, Grace.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Good afternoon. I have Michael Loman on the line. I have him three-way in. He's at dialysis. And I have a few other guests on the line, too. Roger, that call we had yesterday from Mr. Amos. He's on the line, too. But Mr. Loman wants to share. Mr. Loman, can you unmute and share about your cravings and your diet?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Hi, Roger. So for the last, I've been on a product since almost a year, and I've seen some significant changes, but changes really exponentially improved once I changed my diet and I started adding more salads, more protein, and I'm just feeling good. I'm feeling energized. I'm feeling strong, and that's it.
I would like
Michael,
to just piggyback.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Michael. Well, I would like to
you go ahead.
because I would like to piggyback on that because Michael's just being a little modest right now. Michael was eating potato chips. We couldn't break them. Do you hear me? We could not break them.
Sometimes it's hard, y'all. It was hard for me at first. Then I got better. Then I got back on them from stress.
And other people just been encouraging Michael. He has not brought a bag of potato chips in months. He has not asked for them. He has not, his cravings have totally changed. Where he's like, I said, Michael, what did you eat for breakfast? He said, I had beets. I'm like, whoa, go ahead, Michael. You know, so he's, people at his place where he's staying at are bringing him oatmeal, giving him different healthy drinks. And so So he's surrounded by a whole organic diet right now, and just eating green mostly. And he's really been doing excellent. But I wanted to share too that listening to the call, the one day I took some technology, I take it like you, Raj. People say I always overdo it, but I took the technology and walked into a store one day. Matter of fact, it was Wawa. So we already know how Wawa is set up, and that's where we were at the time. I walked into the store, guys, and I said, okay, XDS, do your job. Like, help me make a quality decision. Now, literally, I was able to walk through the store and grab a pack of apples, guys. I grabbed pineapple. I grabbed watermelon. I walked past the potato chips that I'm 60. I walked past the potato chips that I normally eat or the popcorn that I normally buy and was able to walk past it, was able to grab nuts and grab the healthier things. And continually, I haven't bought chips myself, me helping everybody else, can't be a hypocrite, So I started really changing a lot of things that I was doing, and it's been very, very helpful. One other thing too, like I said, we've been putting that Rejuvenate on Michael's foot now. We just came back last night. I said, Michael, let me see your foot. And we've been putting the Rejuvenate with the oil on his feet, packing it, guys, and then putting that glove on his foot and putting a sock on, keeping it on for 24 hours. Michael's foot, the one where the toes were amputated, where the one toe was going back, that foot is beginning to come back alive. I mean, the skin, the color is looking like his face. I mean, it's not dark, like looking black. It's turning back to the regular brown color. And it's only been how many times we did it, Michael? We haven't even done it like maybe 4 or 5 times. The foot has totally changed back to the color. So it's really been amazing. The diet's been amazing. Everything has just been great. The cravings, everything has just been great. And we're super excited. Thanks, Ryan. Thank you all.
All right, thank you, Grace and Michael. Michael has come a long way. I mean, this is a battle, but the longer you stay on this matter, the easier it gets for you to experience that emotional intelligence and handle those cravings, get rid of them. Okay, let's see who we got left. Pamela from Bermuda. All right.
Pamela, I've unmuted you. Go ahead with your question.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, I wanted to know, I have a couple of cracks in my bone. Would the Restore 3.0 help knit them back together?
Yeah, we'll go with cracked, and I couldn't quite make out that word. Cracked in what?
In my bone.
Your bone? Okay,
my
so...
Bone. I cracked
all
my
three.
bone the other day. Unfortunately, an accident, not my fault, but nonetheless.
So
would the Restore 3.0 help knit it back together?
Yeah, so here again. Your body knows how to put your bones back together. It doesn't need our product to tell it how to do that. What it needs our product for is to regrow the mitochondria so it can do it better. Okay? And I can share with you that every single person that's reported to us that they had a serious operation or procedure has astounded their doctors at how quickly they healed. Now, not because we healed it, that would be like us taking credit for God, but simply because we provided the means to get that mitochondria back to a younger age. I don't know if we're going to take it back to a teenager or not, right? But it's going to be far enough for you to see a difference. Is what we're consistently seeing.
Okay. All right, thanks.
You have to put it on and use that Rejuvenate, put that Rejuvenate Restore mixture on frequently throughout the day. That's repetition.
Okay, unfortunately, I'm having to Rejuvenate right now, but thank you.
Okay. All right. So, Thelma Williams, Charleston, South Carolina.
Thelma, I've unmuted you. Go ahead with your question.
Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. Always get my mitochondria in. I don't care what. I can be in a dead sleep. Whoa, time for more mito. And I will wake up.
One set. So I don't miss the call.
Testimony. I'm going to ask a question, and you just briefed over it. I got a toe, my left foot, that I I'm about to have surgery for. If I can avoid that, help me. I heard you say once, Roger, that you can straighten that bone out. My left toe, it curves inward.
Yeah, so we are seeing some things like that. And by the way, Sharon Fraley, whose interview I played, she just sent me a new picture today, and she in the message she said that she just broke her toe. Just broke her toe. And she's been rejuvenating and restoring it and everything, and it is healing so much faster and so much better. They're talking about, oh, we're going to have to operate on this. Well, we're going to see, okay? Because we
Probably not.
see these kind of things healing themselves.
I'm sure she's also taking this, y'all.
Wow.
She's putting this
And
on her.
that's how she
The
heals.
broken
It
part.
makes me fall.
So
It
it all
doesn't
works
have my
together.
balance good. So I want to straighten that out.
Okay. Yeah. So your gait is affected by, how your foot feels the ground, and with a broken toe, I guess it is. Is it a broken toe? Yeah. Is it a big toe or small toe? Which
It's
toe?
a big toe, big toe, big toe.
Yeah. That's big time when it comes to balance. So rejuvenated. I have noticed, because I love putting that Restore mixture on my feet. I just think
Make
it's
sure you have one dose of the Restore Oil mixed in it.
And I've had a stress fracture foot.
There's videos on Health Aware Show with Stephanie on your playlist to show you how to mix it up.
Those toes, put it all around that big toe, and do it multiple times a day.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the call. Best thing since sliced bread. Amen.
All right. Thank you, Thelma. I appreciate you.
I agree with her.
Charleston,
All
South
right.
Carolina. Shirley and William. We got to change this in the caller ID because Shirley likes us to refer to William as William. Okay, right.
All right. I will change that right now. Go ahead, Shirley and William.
Hello. Yeah, this is Shirley. Mr. Hill, I have a question. I've been taking Mito and it's doing excellent. Let me ask you, I don't know if I'm overdoing it or what. When I take it, I go to the bathroom quite a bit for tinkling. So do I need to pull back? Do I need to pull back
Okay,
off of it?
So let's work through this. How long have you been on Mito? How long have you been on Mito?
About a year.
Okay, been on a year. When did this start?
Okay. It started when I'm okay. When I get my bottle towards that, I'll take it that day, and then I'll take it 4 to 5, 6 times that day, and then I do the same thing the next day. But this started when I first started it, and then now it's kicking back in for me doing it.
So when you first started it, I believe you were going through a detox. Now, did
Correct.
you recently increase the amount you're taking?
Well, I have, because what I did was I ordered 3 bottles.
There you go.
And the first bottle I got, I took it all probably in a day and a half.
Okay. So
She took a whole bottle of this in a day and a half. So, yes, can that make some changes in your body? This is a 30-day supply. She took it in a day to a day and a half, the whole bottle, okay?
That you increase the amount of water intake to help it out, okay?
Yes.
And then watch it, just like happened the first time, it will pass.
Okay.
Right?
Sounds like her body's going through a detox because she made a major change.
I played the Joe Derry thing earlier where he's saying that because of his blood sugar and everything, he gets a lot of stuff that was already having to stop everywhere because his body was trying to get rid of that sugar. Okay. Now, yours was likely, it sounds like, being prompted by the fact that you've taken more. So now your body's got more energy to work with to go kick out some more toxins. That's what it's trying to do.
Yeah, because like I say, I've been exercising the whole time, but I boosted up my exercise for his weightlifting and walking more for that, and that's why I boosted up for that. And then once I can't finish walking because I got to go to Pico.
Yeah, you'll get past it. You'll get past it. You can, if it's too inconvenient, you can just reduce the amount you're taking until it passes, and then turn it back up again.
But I'll do that also. But okay, in the 2 days that I've taken it, and then the third day for is that my energy level is like whoa. I mean, like I say, yeah, okay. So okay.
I mean,
Okay.
I mean, that's where it is. You know, this is what we're talking about today. We're talking about that relationship between your mitochondria, your fitness, and your weight loss, right? So that you're sending compound signals now. But our stuff, hitting all the important pathways for regrowing mitochondria and making them healthier, and then with your exercise, doing the same thing. Now you got 1 + 1's more than 2. So your cells are loving it right now. They're loving it. They're saying, when you get these toxins out of here, since Shirley gave us all this extra energy.
Yeah, because she's definitely, because sometimes I take a bottle a day. And it's just kind of just, so it's
sometimes she takes
like
a whole bottle a day.
So everything's working out, but I was just asking us, okay, I'm going
This
through
is a
detox.
30-day
Do
supply.
I slow down or do I
Of course,
pick back up?
the more you take, the better it is. But
go
if she's taking a bottle a day, then she's got to buy more so she can keep it in her system.
Until it passes, and then you know you can go back up if you want to. But it's your body fixing you. Okay.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Thank
we
you,
tell
sir.
you,
Thank you
your
so
body
much.
knows how to fix itself when you give it the right stuff. This is the right stuff to give it, the more mito products.
Okay. We already talked to Pam. We got to put a hand up.
Yeah.
See if Dr. Dan had an additional comment. He got his hand up. And so I'm wondering if he had.
Dr. Dan, do you have more to contribute?
Well, actually, it was when Roger was talking about vitamin K, and he said exactly what I did. MK7 helps thin the blood or keep it normal, where K1 thickens it. They also have K4 and K2. It's K1 that the doctors are concerned about. That was one thing. Remember, too, though, folks, you don't want to spike your blood sugar. If you spike your blood sugar, you'll change the hormones that would burn fat. You'll end up storing fat. So you got to be real careful when you add things that will elevate your blood sugar. You may be going along really well, and then you start eating some sugar and starch or something that really hits your blood sugar quickly. And that's one of the worst things you can do for yourself. Increase blood pressure and everything else. So keep the blood sugar low. That's why I recommend a keto or low carb diet. I'm talking intermittent fasting together with exercise, the walking that Roger talks about. And then you'll get to where you want to go that way. And if you need to gain weight, I'm too much of an expert at that. I deliberately gained 14 pounds in 2 weeks in high school. And I did it with Joe Weider's weight gain, 14 pounds of muscle in 14 days. And, I'm 15 years old, 16 years old. And I thought, well, they wouldn't say that if it wasn't true. Well, I did gain 14 pounds in 14 days. I was doing 4 malts with bananas, honey, and I think even peanut butter thrown in there. I was adding an extra 3,000 calories a day to my which is a pound a day, deliberately. Well, I gained 14 pounds. I don't know if there's a pound of muscle in there, but there's certainly 14 pounds of weight. And I didn't play football as good on that as I did the next year when I was 10 pounds lighter. Be careful on how you do things. And there's healthy ways to gain weight too. Okay, talk to you later.
Okay. Well, next time we want you to tell us about those. Okay, so Marva in Ontario.
Marva, I've unmuted you. Go ahead. Hello, Marva. We don't hear you.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. I'm so sorry. Can you can hear me well, I guess, now?
Yeah.
Hello? Okay.
Yeah,
now, Roger, I just wanted to listen today, so I just muted my phone. I wasn't planning on coming in, but when you spoke to this lady just now about the detoxing, I really cut down on the amount of the products I'm using, but I was helping some people, and for the last couple of months, I've been sharing like more than half what I purchased for myself with other people, because I figured they're more in crisis than me, because one is a cancer patient and one had a stroke. And then I found out that my food routine has changed. And so I decided, okay, I'm going to do my hour when it started. And this thing is working like mad. It's not diarrhea, but I'm going back in my routine, and I feel so much better, you know? And I said, you know what? If I have to have somebody who's going to buy them extra, I'm not going to give them mine. Because I'm putting my own life in jeopardy. And that's how I feel, not just my health, but my whole life. Because I feel so different now, you know? So what you said to the lady is totally valid, at least for me. But thank you very much for saying that, because it makes me feel sure that that is my downfall, doing less than what I normally do. So thank you so much.
So Joe, here,
Barbara.
she was giving away a lot of product because she knew other people needed it. She started lacking on the product she was putting in her system, and her poop changed, right?
All right, Edward. I
Now
unmuted
she
you.
got
Go
back on
ahead.
it regularly, and it's back to being regular. Don't
we got
neglect
you.
your body
Yeah.
from getting the products and keeping
All
them in your
right,
system.
everybody out there, this
Keep
is
them
so
in your
exciting what we're
system,
doing.
guys.
No one has ever witnessed anything like this anywhere, anytime, and if you do not tap people on the shoulder to get on these calls, they're never going to know what's going on. Or let them listen to the repeat calls while they're chopping vegetables or whatever. They don't have to look at anything. They've got to hear one of these calls, so start using the app and start getting people, hey, buddy, John, I want you to check out something. And when they do, they'll notify you back through the app. You've got to learn how to use the app. It is
Get the Mito
incredible.
app. It's
Now,
free
I want
also.
to clear up something about something that was said. You can use,
But you have to
the
create your
Mito
free customer
either way.
website first,
You
because
can
that username
utilize
and
it
password from
to
your
deter
free customer
or curb
website
your
is what you
appetite,
use to log into the app.
before you eat, a while before. The same way it works on my father's knees when he cracked his knee. Within 10 minutes, the pain was gone for 8 hours. He was so amazed, and that's what got us really, we couldn't believe that just the oil did that. So when you do take a teaspoon and don't keep it in your mouth and swallow it right down, yes, you can utilize it to curb the hunger pains. I agree. But if you don't want to do that and you like having a big meal and keeping your appetite, just put it on your food or after your food that you already ate. So it's not going to do a thing other than nourish you with the right oils. Okay?
Okay. All right. Thank you, Edward. Okay, so this has been a really good call for us because it gave us an opportunity to connect again mitochondria with people who are weight concerned both ways. We'll have more on for the weight loss and weight gain contingent on Monday. But that combination of fitness and regrowing your mitochondria, it's just going to do special things for your mitochondria. Okay? I know that gentleman came on here joking, talking about, oh, you're going to live forever. Okay, that's ridiculous. All right. But what's not ridiculous is you being healthier than you are right now. Okay? That's the point. Dale Bonet, you get the last word.
Thank you, Roger. Look, everybody, we have had an incredible week. We're going to continue having an incredible week. And it's all because of you and what you're doing. Share the message. Let people know. Don't keep a secret. The biggest thing going on right now, it's huge, is this whole weight loss image. It's spring. People are getting ready for summer. GLP-1s have taken over. Well, what does GLP-1 do? You don't want to eat as much. It gets rid of cravings. Did you notice? You might have heard that once or twice in today's call. It doesn't stop you from eating. It gets rid of the cravings. And trust me, from personal experience, I know it's just going to right your body. Best way I can say it. It rights your body. And gosh, if you need to lose weight, you're going to lose it as long as you're doing the other things like proper eating and get some exercise, doggone it, to burn off the calories that are there. We're here to help you. You've got just tremendous information on today's call. And guess what? All of this is in your back office. go utilize your new app. Go download it from the App Store, whether you're an Apple phone, whether you're an Android. Go in your back office and look. We've given you tremendous tools to make it easy. Get the word out. We're here to help you. And thank you so much. You are more Mito, and we're blessed to know all of you. Back to you, Roger.
All right, we will see you next time on Monday. We're going to continue this topic. Get some more folks out here. We're all concerned about being healthy, and this is where you learn how. See you next time.
The host has ended this call. Goodbye.
Was that not awesome, you guys? That was really awesome. If you have not created your free customer website, you want to go and create your free customer website. If somebody else referred you, get back with the person that referred you. If you weren't referred by anybody else, but you're seeing this on one of my social media sites, my TV channels, etc., then you can go to https:// moremito, moremito.com/salford, SALFORD, create your free customer website. It's just going to ask you for you to pick a username, password, put your email in, your name, address, phone number, click that you're not a robot, and register. And your free customer website is up just like that. In order for you to get the products, then you have to be a customer. You have to have in order for you to get the products, you have to create a free customer website. You can't just call the company and order it. Everybody's required to have a free customer website. Once you have your free customer website, if you have a need to call in and place your order, you can do that. But you have to create your free customer website because you have to be in our system. You can call into 509-593-3300. But you can do your orders in your back office, and you can track your orders, or you can call someone to assist you if you don't know how to do that. And we also have instructions on the Health of Wealth Show with Stephanie on YouTube under our training playlist, which shows you how to place an order. Or you can send a message to 817-382-2124, and we can set up a time to assist you in getting your website created. It doesn't make a difference who you're attached to. The main goal is to get you in position to get your products so that you can get your mitochondria strong. This is for the humans. This is the brain and body bundle, which is the Renew Brain and Body, Restore Oil, Rejuvenate Gel, which you heard us talking about constantly. Now, if you have pets, then of course you need to get your pet's mitochondria strong, and Pet Life and straight Rejuvenate Gel. Do not have the Restore Oil mixed into the Rejuvenate Gel that you give the pets. Straight Rejuvenate Gel. Now you can mix the Pet Life in the Rejuvenate Gel if you want to. Okay? But we hope that this has helped someone. I'm not staying on long this time because I still have, my gums are swollen and stuff. And, sometimes we neglect our bodies, and I had neglected my body a little bit, and I'm just being honest of some of the products. Again, busy trying to help other people and accomplish some things. And I had to make sure I got back on the product. So now it's going down. That's why you saw me take the Restore Oil. If you were on long enough, you saw me take the Restore Oil and put it all on my joints and everything, because this is all that is swollen, my gums and everything. Then later, you saw me take the Rejuvenate Gel and do the same thing, rub it all on here. And that's because I felt a little pain and stuff. So, of course, I did that because I'm talking a little bit, which causes me to have a little pain. So I did that. Now I'm getting off on here so that I can rest my voice, and so so I can go and finish getting that information completely down where I can talk better. So you guys have a wonderful day and get your products ASAP.